known as the suspect there. The previous owners I've grown up with Fishes, who were very close friends, and he'd always joked that if I annoyed him too much one day, he would dispose of me, and he knew exactly where to hide my body so that nobody would ever find me. A couple of points, but the day
I'm looking over at the water there, and the white horses are picking up as the tide starts to come in and the wind is pushing them in. We have had some torrential rain this morning. It has been very wet.
It's over 8 years since it was first announced that there was going to be an HS.
Attack on Mosul airport. It's a key objective in the government's plan to drive Islamic State militants from the western half of the city. Researchers say fruit and veg such as apples and pears are able to vote until 10 o'clock this evening. And the BBC has found nearly 10,000 motorists are legally allowed to drive in England, Scotland and Wales, despite having 12 or more penalty points. One man in West Yorkshire has 62 points on his licence.
Thank you. Morning. Claudia Ranieri says that Leicester City showed fight last night and showed hard to stay alive. Away goal as they lost in Seville 2-1. Kasper Schmeichel saved a first half penalty to leave the club. A move before the Chinese transfer window closes on Tuesday remains unlikely.
Showers here, some pulses of heavy rain moving through, highs of 9 Celsius, and across England and Wales, some heavy rain at the moment moving south-eastward. That rain clears away to the south-east, will be followed on by more bands of heavy rain spreading south and eastward, but it's the wind that's going to cause the biggest problem. Granted, out there at the moment, it's not that windy, but it will increase through this morning and through North Wales, the northwest
Berth in the midfield. Elsewhere, prop back at
western part of the city. There are narrow streets, too narrow to get.
That's been closed in both directions. That's for safety. The Severn Bridge only closed on the eastbound side. Westbound it is open. That's the old Severn Bridge. Second Severn crossing as well. That's extra busy, and I'll have more for you at 1:15.
It's 10 minutes past 8. I think we can.
The A68 travel between the borders and we're not out of the woods yet, I don't think.
The second biggest city, the western part of the city is under the firm control of
Northern Iraq. It's 16 minutes past 8.
10 at Walsall, M25, routing congestion but very busy.
Who's out and about with Doris?
10 at Walsall, M25, routing congestion but very busy planned, so definitely check your journey out.
Going to be times tables check from 2019 at the end. It's 8:20.
The Six Nations. Skoda is expected to get its final approval in Parliament today. Building is due to start this year on the high-speed rail link between London and Birmingham. The legislation has taken all the way into Birmingham to utilise it.
Yes, we would. I mean, currently we've got an excellent service from Coventry to Birmingham, but now we're going to have to go over to
in the Greater Lean area, and that's the experience. People will travel primarily into London. It will draw jobs into London, and of course the other thing is that this is the line which is the least busy line into London. There's a lot more need for a line in the south and trains going into Waterloo, so it really is a complete white elephant.
£56 billion it's going to cost. I know both of you gentlemen think the money could be better spent.
Of course it could, and we've only got to think of the national health, we've only got to think of the whole infrastructure problems anyway in England, and to just focus all of this money onto HS2, I think is a complete distortion of where our priority should be.
Worked, and my ADHD son with a splash of dyslexia learned them too. He went on to get GCSE maths and the times tables learning regularly before secondary school definitely helped. That's from Alison in Eastbourne. Times tables check, brilliant idea. As a secondary maths teacher, so many students arrive at school now without knowing their basic multiplication skills. He's not been scoring, he did last night.
No, that's right. Morning, Nicky. Yep, first goal of 27. They hit the post, they hit the crossbar in the second half. Had it not been for Kasper Schmeichel, the tie would have been over. Fine save. So Leicester City still have a lot of work to do. But, as I said in the night, because at 2-0 down, they're chasing the game. A 1-0 victory in the second. Well, he's under a lot of pressure, I think, from outside. But the fact that the ball is that because Leicester City put in a little bit of fight and effort in the second half, because they were overrun in the first half, the trouble is that you've got to be careful it doesn't pay for a week on Saturday before they have to a little bit. And elsewhere too, that Leicester performance was a lot better, a lot more.
High winds and heavy snowfall are expected across many parts of the UK, brought by Storm Doris. The Met Office is
to Marino last night didn't sound like he expects either to play. Fought in the Scottish Cup quarter-finals after beating Hearts 3-1.